Paul talks about in 1 Corinthians about an athlete, how he trains and all the things he goes through, and compares that to your walk with Christ. In the last 2 years, how would you compare the discipline of completely giving up, like what you said, to the discipline of being on top of your game as a pro athlete?
Yeah, I like that, what you just said. I've read that the other night. You as an athlete, you have to hone your skill. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into a big league athlete. People don't realize the amount of time that we put in.
Yeah.
You know, from when I was drafted and when I got in the big leagues was 2001. From 2001 until 2013, I put baseball number one. I mean, and it wasn't the right thing to do, but my main focus would be the best I could be at that.
Sure.
And I gave up a lot of stuff people don't see, far as like, guys, hunting, they go hunting. Well, I had tour days. I made myself do tour days. I worked out in the morning with weights, and I did all my throwing in the afternoon with everybody. Let's go to the lake, or let's go hunting. I can't do it. I can't do it. I gave myself a month off a year every year. And then once November started, I started back lifting weights because I felt like the only way I was going to be better than a guy standing in the batter's box, I was going to outwork him.
Right.
And because all these guys got a great talent. So to be an all-star in the big leagues, you have to outwork the other guys. It's the only way you're going to be better. And when I coach kids, I tell them that. I said, the one thing you can't do is get outworked. If you can outwork the other guy, when you stand on that mound, you feel like you're going to beat that guy because you know the amount of work you put in.
Right.
And that's the only thing you can control. Once that ball leaves your hand, you can't control it no more. You throw it to a spot. You may be throwing it to a exact spot you want to, Barry Bonds. The ball goes out of the park. But if you can consistently do that, you're going to beat the other guy.
Right.
And my whole goal as a starting pitcher was to outlast the other starter. Yeah, I knew if I could get into the 8th and 9th inning and we get him out in 6th and 7th, they're bringing in 4 guys that ain't as good as him out of the bullpen. So I'm still in the game, so I got a chance to win that game. The years I won 20 games is because of that. I threw 240 innings, 235 innings. Well, I was outlasting other starters. Everybody's like, how'd you win 20? I was like, I outlasted everybody. And I put all this time into baseball. Well, finally I said, well, if I want to follow this guy, this book, I got to put time into it. And if you don't put time into reading, praying, you're never going to get close. I mean, people say all the time, hey, I'll surrender. And they don't put the time in it, and until you put the time into that, into that book and read that book and study that book and put it around your life, you're not going to be that close to them.
Well, and it's like you said, I can't go do this. I can't go do that because I have an obligation. First thing for you at that time was baseball, but in your walk with Jesus, I can't be like everybody else. I'm called to be set apart. I'm supposed to be different. And so when everybody says, hey, let's go do this or let's go do that. Well, hold on. I'm supposed to be different. I can't go do that stuff like you can because I have something that's more important than that. And I think the way you said that was perfect, that we're set apart. It's supposed to be different for us.